What if wanting more doesn't mean you're ungrateful? What if it means you're finally starting to believe you deserve more? Somewhere along the way, a lot of us were taught that wanting a bigger life meant we weren't appreciative enough. So we shrank our dreams, softened our desires, told ourselves, this is fine. And maybe it is fine. But fine isn't the same as fulfilled. Sometimes the most radical act of self love is deciding your current reality isn't the final draft. It's saying, I'm grateful for where I am and I'm allowed to grow beyond it. A vision board isn't about ego. It's not about showing off. It's not about chasing status. It's about giving yourself permission to imagine something better and believing you're worthy of it. And that changes everything. And no, it's not arts and crafts for adults. It's not glittering glue and pretending your life is Pinterest. And if you're going to give yourself permission to want more, you owe it to yourself to get clear about what more actually means. Because before you cut a single image, before you print anything out, you have to answer one honest question. What do I really want? What a truly uncomfortable question. What do I actually want? Not what sounds impressive, not what your family expects, not what Instagram says is successful. What do you want? Most people freeze here. Ask someone what they want, and you will hear things like, I just want to be happy. I don't know. More money, I guess? Something better. That's like placing an online order that says, yeah, I'll take something. Clarity matters. You don't get what you vaguely wish for. You move toward what you clearly define. And here's the part that trips people up. Once you decide what you want, stop obsessing over how it's going to happen. The how is where resistance lives. Your job is clarity. Your job is vision. Your job is belief. The path, that unfolds. Nothing is too big. Nothing is too small. New career, soulmate, financial freedom, that oddly specific dream car with the red interior stitching, all valid. The only limits are the ones you accept. Here's where most people go wrong. They look at the picture. They don't step inside it. If you're visualizing your dream home, don't just see it. Walk into it. What does it smell like? Fresh paint? Ocean air? What does the floor feel like under your feet? Who's sitting at the kitchen table? Now flip perspectives. See yourself from the outside. Watch yourself living that life. Confident, relaxed, abundant. The brain doesn't experience imagination the way we think it does. To your nervous system, vivid imagination and lived experience overlap in powerful ways. That's why your heart races during a nightmare. That's why your palms sweat in virtual reality. You know it's not real, but your body reacts anyway. Your subconscious doesn't respond to logic. It responds to imagery, repetition, emotion. And here's a subtle but powerful shift. Stop saying, I want. Start saying, I am becoming, or I have. Desire isn't greed. Desire is direction. If you feel guilty for wanting more, you'll sabotage yourself the second things start expanding. Wanting growth is natural. It's human. A vision board isn't magic cardboard. It's a focusing tool. It trains your attention. Think about this. When you decide you want a specific car, you suddenly see it everywhere. Did the world change? No. Your awareness did. Your brain has something called a filtering system. It constantly scans your environment for what matches your dominant focus. When you repeatedly look at a clear, emotionally charged vision, you are training that filter. You begin noticing opportunities, connections, ideas, open doors you would have ignored before. Elite athletes visualize before competition. High performers mentally rehearse outcomes. Repetition builds belief. Belief influences behavior. Behavior changes results. That's not mystical. It's alignment between thought and action. Now let's get practical. Don't throw random pictures on a board just because they look nice. Be intentional. Instead of a car, choose the exact make, the exact model, the exact color. Even the interior details. Instead of travel, choose Paris in spring, Santorini at sunset, a specific hotel room view. Specificity creates emotional connection. And placement matters. Put it somewhere you'll see it daily. By your bed. Near your desk. Even as a digital board on your phone. You don't need 50 images. In fact, less is often better. Start with balance. One for health, one for wealth, one for love, one for purpose. Clarity beats clutter. Here's the real secret. It's not about staring at pictures. It's about feeling. If you look at your board and feel doubt, you're reinforcing doubt. If you look at it and feel excitement, gratitude, anticipation, that's powerful. Emotion is the amplifier. When you emotionally rehearse a future, you begin behaving like someone who expects it. You make different choices. You take different risks. You carry yourself differently. And over time, that compounds. Some people like to think in big metaphysical terms. Alternate realities, future selves, parallel timelines. Whether you see it spiritually or psychologically, the principle is the same. When you embody the version of you who already has it, you start moving like them. And movement creates evidence. What should go on it? Anything that genuinely lights you up. Health, financial abundance, love, travel, creative success, personal growth, lifestyle upgrades. But here's the rule. If it doesn't make you feel something, it doesn't belong there. This isn't about impressing anyone. It's about alignment. Start simple. One clear image per category. Master feeling into those before expanding. So there are plenty of tools out there, both free and paid. But here are a couple of creative alternatives I've personally tried. AI. If you're comfortable using your own image, you can take a photo of yourself and use AI to generate pictures, even short videos, of the life you're envisioning. The key is specificity. You can literally see yourself living that alternative reality. And remember, the mind doesn't always know the difference between something vividly imagined and something that has actually happened. I'll do a deeper video on this in the very near future. Mind Movies. This one's an online platform with an app as well. You upload images of what you're asking for, choose a song, and it creates a short video collage with your pictures and music. You can customize the text, fonts, and transitions. What makes this interesting is the music. If you consistently watch the video with the same song, eventually when you hear that song somewhere else, in the car, at the gym, wherever, your brain automatically recalls the imagery. So in a way, you're using music as an emotional trigger, reinforcing the vision you're focusing on. I'm sure there are plenty more tools out there. Feel free to explore and experiment with a few. If you've used any other tools, drop it in the comments so others can be aware of what's out there. None of these are required. The power is always in the clarity and the feeling. But sometimes the way you present the vision can make it even easier for your mind to lock onto it. At the end of the day, a vision board isn't about paper. It's about permission. Permission to define your life intentionally. Permission to want more. Permission to believe you're capable of more. You're not just gluing images to a board. You're choosing direction. You're choosing focus. You're choosing identity. And identity shapes destiny. If this resonated with you, if you're serious about designing your future instead of drifting into it, then this channel is for you. We talk about alignment, we talk about belief, we talk about becoming. So hit subscribe, join the community, and let's keep building this version of you on purpose. Because the future isn't something you stumble into, it's something you design.